My name is James Fisher. I'm in my second year here at Rochester University. I'm majoring in mass communications. I'm on the men's basketball team, and I'm a proud Catholic. I started playing basketball when I was a little kid. We had a hoop in our driveway. It was too short, I think, too. But as a little kid, grandma shots up to the rim. It wasn't actually my favorite sport growing up either. It was actually football and baseball. I enjoyed it a lot more. But as I grew older, I just grew the body, 6'9", lanky, with some athleticism, and I was just more or less growing into this good body for basketball. So that's eventually the sport I started getting really good at because of my body, and the rest is history now. I think the major difference between at least my high school basketball experience and college basketball experience is entirely different. A totally different game. I mean, I played homeschool basketball, or at least in little leagues. My high school was actually a bit complicated. I went to a couple different schools, but the level of play I played in high school was totally different than the college level. I mean, things I've learned about this game at the college level, it's made me feel that I've actually never played basketball until I actually got to university. And I think coming to college and playing basketball has made me really appreciate the game a lot more. Catholicism has given me value for all things in my life. If I wasn't a Catholic, I would have no idea what the value of my life is. I think having the Catholic roots that I have, it puts in order to everything. I think it's the beauty of the Catholic religion and the church, is that it puts order to everything. So everything in my life is all ordered within Catholicism. Catholicism is, I think, a time-tested value system that I fully have adopted and fully embraced. And I credit the church with everything that I do that is good. I mean, all good that I produce, or any good that could possibly come from me, I just attribute that to what the Catholic Church has given me as far as a value system, as you're putting it there. There's no real purpose for my life if I don't have the Catholic Church. I couldn't imagine life without my faith. The Catholic faith has pulled me through everything in my life that's been difficult, and that's no different with college or college basketball at all. I know a lot of people who aren't religious, but some of these people don't have the true God as the center of their life. They make something else their God, because I truly believe that religion is natural to man. There's a natural longing in man to find some greater being. And I think a lot of people in this world are confused on where exactly their higher calling is to. For me as a Catholic, it's God, and the Catholic faith is sort of the vehicle that gets me to God. So there's some people who don't have religion or aren't religious people and don't follow the true God, and they inevitably make something else their God. That's often money, fame, fortune, these sorts of things that they think will make them happy, but it ultimately doesn't make them happy. Some people make God basketball. That's their God. That's all they want to do. They want to play basketball, live, breathe, eat basketball, and that's the purpose of their life. But I think those people have a very shallow understanding of what life is meant to be, and I don't associate with being one of those people. I love basketball, and I'm very passionate about basketball, even more so since I've come to college, but it's all in order. Like I said earlier, ultimately God first, and then everything follows beneath that. Being a redshirt in my first year of college was the best thing that ever happened. I think it was the obvious choice for the coaches to make. I was such a raw basketball player, and like I said, I never played basketball before I got to RU. Coach came and saw me play in an open gym, saw some athleticism and some length, and he threw me a scholarship, and that was about it. He knew I needed a lot of sort of nurturing under his program here. That is exactly what I received in my first year of college. Being a freshman, just riding the pine, taking mental notes, getting reps with the team still, which is not sort of wasting a year trying to play in maybe a few minutes. Perhaps I would have been able to play in if I didn't redshirt, but rather take that year and just learn the game, learn how to play, and then have 4 more better years that I'm prepared for than a redshirt my first year. It was the best thing. It was the best choice to make, and it was the obvious choice. I think my greatest strengths in this game is exactly what Coach Pleasant, I think, recruited me for, and that's just my sort of physical giftedness. Length and athleticism is something that really caught Coach's eye and he definitely sees a lot of potential for me just through that, and that's literally why he recruited me. I think just the more I work on my skills, actual basketball skills, and continue to get better every day under his leadership, I think that physical giftedness will ultimately lead to being a great basketball player. I wouldn't say there's any sort of special prayer that I say when perhaps going through a tough time. It's not special, but I do always think that when times get tough or when I'm in a pinch, I always remember what my mother told me, and that's just say your Hail Marys. Say your Hail Marys, James. That's something I always have in my back pocket, just to say a Hail Mary. And obviously, it's a very common prayer amongst Catholics, so I wouldn't say it's a special prayer. Always stay true to the Hail Marys, and I can thank my mother for that little devotion, perhaps. Absolutely. Confession is a tremendous sacrament. It's actually unbelievable if you really think about it. I think just on a natural level, confession is great because there is great purpose and value in telling your struggles to someone else. It's pretty fundamental psyche. I can't tell you exactly what it is because I'm not a psychologist myself, but I can definitely personally see the value in going to confession and having your struggles known to someone else who can then help you with those. I would say that I'm in a good spot right now as far as God's will for me. Of course, I've thought long and hard about that question. I am exactly where he needs me to be right now, here at Rochester University on a basketball scholarship.